having a blessed Friday. Today I'm going to do just a quick plant haul and then go over some inexpensive, no electricity humidity hacks. Once again, no electricity, inexpensive humidity hacks. I pretty much everything that I use under $1, we'll say, except the water, which I get from the tap and I leave it sitting out for at least 72 hours. But I'll go over each humidity hack that I use that is inexpensive, no electricity, once again. So pretty much free humidity that runs 24 hours a day. So just first, I'm going to go ahead and start off with my little haul. I have a new routine that I'm doing. I go to stores, nurseries now with either $20 or $10. I don't go in there with anything else. That way I don't come out with multiple plants. And really, our plants should not be a burden. They're therapy for me. And if I end up spending all my money on plants, then I'm going to be depressed because I don't have any money. So, to eat or whatnot. So anyways, this right here, I purchased this little lady yesterday. This is a Sansevieria. Let me pronounce it. Sansevieria subspicata. This is the spelling right here. Sansevieria subspicata. This is how she looks when she gets older. Let's see if I can get a bigger picture. Which there was one there that I could have got that was a little bit bigger. And it was actually $15. I spent $7 for her because I only went in there with $10, which that's my new thing now. Is either $10 or $20 that I'm going to start going into plant stores, because most plants you can get, that way you don't go overboard. So anyhow, this is another Sansevieria. She's a beauty. She grows in clumps. And I repotted her, gave her some water this morning. She was dry as a bone, which I love. I found a new little shop that has succulents, and they do have some houseplants, and they have a nice variety of Sansevierias, which there are 70 species. I have about 30. This is the 30th one. So different Sansevierias. I have over about 40, almost 40 Sansevierias, but 30 of them are different Sansevierias. So yeah, this one grows in clumps. She had a massive, when I say massive, she has massive root rhizomes. When I pulled her out the pot, I was like, whoa, little lady. But she has some really massive rhizomes underneath this soil that's going to be growing. And they're ready to pop out now. So she got to get in one of the little bowl, terracotta bowls. And so she'll have plenty of room to grow into this bowl, because it grows kind of in clumps. So yeah, she's a cutie, a little rough around the edges, but I'm not worried about it because she had a bunch of rhizomes underneath that are going to clump up to be some more beauties. So that's her, and it was $6.99 for her. Okay, so just a little cutie, which I actually wish I would have had the 15 to get the full, but actually, I kind of like getting them when they're little too, even though it takes a long time for Sansevierias to grow. But yeah, so this is another part of my collection. Makes the 30th different Sansevieria, which I'm so excited about. I could order online, but I'm just hesitant. I'd rather go and pick out the one I like. So it's hard to find rare, species. But I never know, you know. So just like her, I've never seen her before. So okay. Next is a Scandasis, uh, or the satin pothos. Now I have one of these already, which was very small, and unfortunately she fell out of her pot. She was already kind of wilting because it was cuttings, and either she was overwatered or she just wasn't rooted all the way in. This one I went ahead and got, so that one I went ahead and just put in water. It was just like one vine that was actually good, so I went ahead and bought another one. Even though, so my new thing is I'm either buying a philodendron I don't have, a sansevieria I don't have, Hoya I don't have, pothos I don't have, which I have pretty much almost all of them. I'm missing the orange spider plant, but those are my new ways of buying plants, so that way I don't go overboard. Which philodendrons, there's a lot of them, so but I'm just only buying plants I don't have. Now I do have one of these, but it's in water, and it's really just one vine, which I may end up just throwing in with this one. So this girl's nice and rooted. She's a pretty healthy. I spent $7 for her. But she's nice and rooted. I went ahead and potted her up in a terracotta because these plants do not like being overwatered, and they can get root rot very quickly. So this one's way bigger than the one I had. And what's funny is the one I had, I spent about $8 for, and I struggled with her. So many of her vines are gone, and then the one that did survive is in water now because the pot fell and broke, and so I end up having to take it out, and the actual vine broke, and so I had to put that in water. So anyhow, this is the other plant I got. So I'm on a putting myself, I'm not saying I'm on a no buy, but my new buy, which makes it easier for the no buy, is only buy plants that, once again, Sansevieria, philodendron, pothos, Hoyas, and maybe even peperomia if I don't have it, if it's an easy one, because I'm not buying any more hard to take care of plants. Philodendrons and Sansevierias, I just want, really. So anything else is just gotta be in that, aeroids, Sansevierias. There's really nothing that can compare to them for me. But anyhow, so this was the other plant that I got. So I spent $7 for her, and she's a little cutie. Okay, so there's my little haul. So 2 plants a week, which are little ones, and I'm not spending much. That's my new little thing, just so I don't go ballistic, because I can do that. I'll go in a place and it'll have only 2 left, and I'll be like, oh, let me just get it because those are the only 2. No, that's not how you do it. But anyhow, so there's that. She's a real pretty healthy, real good root system, so I'm really happy about it. And hopefully once the one water propagates, I may put her in with this, or I may just start a whole nother plant. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and start with my humidity, free humidity hacks. Once again, with no electricity. Humidity hacks. Yes, you can go get a humidifier, but that would be using electricity unless you have a battery operated one, or one that hooks up to a USB cord, which you're still using energy. The battery's going to go out. These are free 24-hour hacks. So we have all these girls. Now, what I have here is it's a seed catching tray. Basically, you put, it's what you use, the seed, growing seeds or whatever. So there's no holes at the bottom. And I just added a lot of gravel in there, some little decorations, and it actually blends in with this table. And this is what we're at, 75 degrees in here, and 53 is our humidity. Now, what I'm going to go ahead and do is go ahead and add my water. And this is giving multiple, because they're all together. As you see, they're all grouped together. And now they're going to have this water underneath them because they're sitting up on gravel right now. They're not sitting in water. And I have just enough water in there that they're not sitting on water, as you see. So you can barely even see the water, which is good because it's going to absorb up from the rocks, and they're going to get that humidity from the water going up. So this is one method that you can use, and it's actually providing this plant and this plant, this alocasia and the Calathea freddie, the pink Photonia, tricolor, Stramante, all green Stramante, or they call this a Calathea, the rattlesnake, and then the white fusion. They're all being provided with that extra humidity, and they're not sitting in water. They're sitting up, propped up from the rocks. So this gives multiple, especially since they're all grouped together. There's lemon lime maranta. She's getting humidity. They're getting humidity from the water going up, and she's getting some humidity. And let's see. It even went up 4. It went up one little thing for me putting that water in there. Look at that. It was 53, so now it's 54. So there's one free hack. This I got from my cousin. She does farming. Well, she has her own little seed company, and she grows wonderful vegetables. But she uses these to start her seeds in. They have the ones with the holes, and then they have the one, this is like a catcher, a water catcher. And so that's what I'm using it for. And you see it's able to house 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plants, which I see these at the nurseries also. You'll see them at the nurseries. They're the water reservers or seed starters. But yeah, that's what that is. And it's able to help with 6 plants. 6, 7, 8 if you count these two, because that humidity just went up, as you see, once I added that water over here. Okay. Now let's see, where are we at outside? Because I have my windows open and I keep tabs on the humidity outside as well. So it's at 47 outside today for the humidity, and it's 80 degrees outside. So 47 outside, and I don't have a humidifier on. I don't have nothing but a fan blowing right now and the light so you guys can see, because it's kind of, the sun is coming in and out today, so that's just how it works in Sacramento. But this is basically one free way, and you're able to knock out multiple plants at once. And then I do have this right here, just in case any of these little jerks want to get in there. And we've caught 1, 2, so we're doing good. It's not too many gnats running around. And I have that right there just in case they want to come in through the window. These plants are all treated with stuff, so if they go up in there, the larva's not going to survive anyways, but that's another story. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, we're at 54. So just that little bit of water brought up, the humidity. Okay, so there's one, and this is a glass table that I have them on, a DIY glass table that I put together myself. Okay. Next, that's where that little lady's house. I have this beautiful glass vase, decorative vase that I did just have sitting around before I, came up with, hey, that's made out of glass. It's decorative, so why not put it around the plants for humidity? So we have this. I have another little decorative candle holder right there, water, and another little candle holder that I got at the Dollar Tree. This vase I spent probably $1 or something at the Goodwill. This I think I spent like 49 cents for. So they're getting humidity, and not only them, and that's a pretty tall vase filled up with water. Not only them, this satin pothos, heartleaf, philodendron, and this pothos, they're getting it as well because it's going up in this big old spider plant up there. So you see how I've decorated. It actually looks nice and decorated around the plants. Everything's being used. So you may have things just sitting around that you use as a decoration, a vase or something, and you just have it for design, and then you're trying to figure out how do you give humidity to your plants so they don't get spider mites or start getting wilted because the heat is coming on, and the wilting and the low in humidity, because these are tropical plants. This is a philodendron, a monstera, another philodendron. All of these want humidity because they come from the tropics where it is humid and they're sitting around water most of the time. They're not sitting in water, but they're sitting around water in the rainforest and whatnot. So that's why I keep water around them. So there's one idea. Here's another little vase. Here's a Hoya. Yes, they like humidity, even though they like to dry out. All my philodendrons, all my Hoyas, monsteras, pothos, all of them do not want to be soaked in water. They like to dry out before watering, but they like water around them. So here's another little cheap, I think I spent 49 cents, another 49 cents, and there's another little vase, 49, probably even cheaper than that. These are also little water propagation things, but I use them for to put water in and sit them around the plants as well. So that way I can monitor, keep that water constantly being evaporated in the air. Here's another bowl of water, cute little decorative bowl, got some water in it, and they're sitting by a Hoya and a Cebu Blue. And then this is another Cebu Blue, which they do like humidity, Cebu Blue, because it is, a tropical plant also. So do pothos, but they're not as bad as the, Sturmantes and all them, which is a whole nother story. Okay, so there's some more some more humidity hacks free. Okay, next, here's another one, which I showed in my houseplant tour, but I have a bunch of these little bowls. You can get these for like 25 cents. The rocks were free. They came from the river. And then the little mirror just gives it some extra hump to it, an extra little decoration. But I have water in here sitting by this big old black cardinal. Next, You may wonder, why do I have this pothos cutting that's been cutting forever sitting in some water next to this philodendron Rio? And that is, pothos clean the water out as well. So I'm getting, it's basically all being used up. Pothos do clean out the water. They're very good. Some people put them in their fish aquariums. So if you want to even jazz it up a little even more, jazz it up with a pothos cutting. Cut you a little piece of your pothos if you have one, and stick it in some water. Put it close by. As you see, this is a west window. Put it by a plant, and the plant will absorb all that water that's in the air. So there's another little tip. If you want, to jazz it up and to keep your water clean from algae and whatnot, you've got that, another cute little design. It's also cute. It looks, decorative. To the naked eye, it looks like, oh, she just has her pothos cutting sitting in there by a frog and a plant. But no, she has water sitting next to this plant, which is a philodendron that likes humidity, and the water is being sucked up. Now we have another little bowl, cute bowl with some little decorative rocks, got from the Goodwill. I don't know, maybe 25, 50 cents. Most of them are either 49 cents or 25, and that's how they sell these little glass containers at the Goodwill. They look like fish bowls. And then the mirror I got from the Dollar Tree. These are little candle holder mirror things. But here's another philodendron, well, two philodendrons, and they both have this water sitting behind them. But underneath, there's another little decorative thing that has water in. So when the water rises up, they're getting that evaporated as well. Then if you look into my windowsill, I have a bunch of water propagations, and I just have a bunch of vases with water in them. That cat over there has water. It's a glass bottle. Someone painted it black, or I don't know how they did that, but it's glass and it has water in it. This peperomia, and this peperomia needs to stay. The green bean peperomia, that's how it looks adult size, and I don't care. She may look all wild, but I like her like that. And she's sitting next to some water of that peperomia parallel. There's another one over there, but they're all jars of water, and all that water is being evaporated into the air. Another little hack is, you don't see it when you look over here. You see the Maryland shot glass, which I did put some water in. And when you have a big pot, you can put a little shot glass into your pot. And it's giving, decoration. If it's a big pot like this beautiful red Congo philodendrons, and you see her pot's pretty big, and I put some water, a Marilyn Monroe shot glass, when it just looks like decoration, but she's soaking up that humidity. Then when you look back here, I have a sponge, and it's sitting on top of water, and it's soaked in water. And we all know what sponges do. They soak up water, and then they absorb into the air. So there's another little hack. Get you some clean sponges. Go to 99-cent store. They have like packs of, I think 6 or 5, and put them around your plants. Have them sitting like this around your plants. And then there's a cup of water underneath it. It's sitting on top of a cup of water. So when the water evaporates, this sponge is going to pull that water up because it sucks up water. And the sponge is already wet, but it sucks up the water also. So there's another hack. getting a sponge and putting it behind your plants. Wet it, put it in a bowl or whatever. Find something to sit it on. If you want to just sit it behind your plant without nothing, go ahead. But this one, I just put the water underneath, so then it soaks up that water and it's going to keep that sponge. So it's like a constant, and that's evaporating into her air right here, this big old red Congo. Then we have this moonlight philodendron, and I have a jar of water hidden behind her, and she's soaking up that water. So you see how I have water just sitting around all these plants. These are all little ways to give them extra humidity. Now, look at this big old beautiful vase filled up with water, of course. And I had this, once again, it was sitting around beautiful, pretty, not being used for nothing. Now it's being used to go ahead and provide humidity for all these plants, these Hoyas and philodendrons. And as you see, it's decorative, blends in with the shelf, and that water is going to be going up into the air and evaporating into the air. So it provides these guys with humidity. Next, we have another little thing with, yes, again, water. Look how clean that water, that's been sitting there for a while, and the pothos does clean the water out, trust me. It keeps the water clean, and it evaporates. Trust me, the water, this little hack does work with the sponge, with the waters, because I'm constantly having to refill the bottles, the little glass decorations. I'm constantly having to refill them up. The sponge, have to fill that up. So it does work, and that water is not getting spilled, is being evaporated in the air, and I believe the plants are soaking it up through their pores. So you see this Monstera addisoni, and then you see the glass water, because they love water too. Sorry about this lighting, but you get the picture. And then there's another cute little bowl with feet, and I've got some river rocks and some water in there. So everybody's getting, taken care of. This philodendron, these philodendrons, this monstera, and then this pothos is gonna that's her, where she lives anyways. I've had these pothos just sitting in the kitchen forever in water, and I never thought, oh, I can do this and decorate a little bit, and it all adds a little character to, the plants, and I'm adding free humidity. And then this, once again, is up down here, so the water's going up also for these guys. And Monstera addisoni do love humidity too, and she's doing great. Both of them, they got repotted, and man, they're loving it. I was scared, but I'm glad I got them, and they're just loving it where they're at. Okay, so those were cute, some good little hacks. You do have to constantly check to make sure that the water wasn't absorbed. And then, sometimes it do get dirty from the algae, because there's plants and stuff breeding, so it will get algae. But what I do, like I said, is I clean them out, or I put the pothos, and I end up having to fill them up, and the water's clean with the pothos inside, because pothos, that goes to show how much they clean the air, because their roots will keep your fish aquarium clean. I see people using them on top of fish aquariums to keep the fish aquarium clean. So there's another hack, which I don't know if you guys, everyone talks about the pebble tray thing. I like to do things, I've come up with all types of creations, and this one I like because I'm also using some art with it, you know, you could call it, and everybody's eating. Everybody's happy. So there's that. Another little jar. This I got from the Goodwill, of course. All these came from the Goodwill. Pretty much all the little jars except the Marilyn Monroe shot glass. My sister bought me that. But I put these inside of plants, big plants. But pretty much all these little cups and things I got in jars and vases are all from the secondhand store. These girls, let's see, what do we have? Whoa, look at that, 55. That's where we're at. Look how much that water made the difference, a big difference, because it's not humid outside. So there's the proof in the pudding, or whatever you call it. 74 now. So there's the temperature even went down a little bit, I think. And on top of it, it doesn't look so, you know, with the pebble tray, you got to sit them all over. This is multiple, and everybody's cool. Everybody's getting over 50% humidity. So I've never seen no one use this. I'm sure there is someone, but this is how, these are little hacks that I'm using that are free, no electricity, no batteries, nothing. And I'm decorating with the plants as well. So hope everyone enjoyed this video. I hope everyone has a blessed weekend. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.